Good morning, everybody. Matt Moda here to give you my favorite MLB home run predictions for today. We are talking Friday, May 23rd. Happy Friday, everybody. The Dong Report is back in your life. I'm going to have three MLB player props and my favorite home run picks for you guys, again, to lock in for today's MLB betting slate. Very, very confident in the three plays that I have for today. Just want to give you a quick heads up. You can tell the different background. I'm going to be traveling the next couple days, so not going to have a Dong Report YouTube video tomorrow, so Saturday, and then Sunday and Monday. Those 3 days I will be off. I'm still going to be sending plays out, so if you're in my Tails account, you'll get stuff sent out there, and then anything that I play, I will first send out to Tails, and then I will also send out to Twitter. So just wanted to give people a heads up there. But before we can get into today's picks, let's do a recap from yesterday, which was tough. You know, we had a nice stretch where we made, I think we got one to hit 2 days in a row. That was not the case yesterday. We went 0 for 3 on our three guys yesterday. Bryce Harper didn't really come close. Hunter Goodman hit the crap out of the baseball, but he just got too far under it, so the launch angle was too high, so he didn't really come close, and then nothing from Jose Ramirez as well. Down 0.8 units yesterday. So including that, that brings our profit on the year. We are up about 3 units. Now that's if you are following my unit size guiding, which is, a quarter unit on most of them. Sometimes we'll up that to 0.3 units. But if you're following that, you're up about 3 units. If you're just blindly putting 1 unit on every single one, you are up about 19 units. Regardless, the ROI, the most important number here, 5%. Not amazing by any means, but 5% ROI, 5% return isn't terrible. So again, I got three guys. For you guys today. Very confident in the three. Just make sure to like the video, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Checking out Ballpark Pal just to kind of get a lay of the land. And if you want to check Ballpark Pal out yourself, there's a link to them in the description of the video and the pinned comment as well, so you can find it. Pretty juicy slate for home runs today. Now, this Phillies Athletics game has a lot of juice. The problem is we don't know who's pitching in the Athletics game. Right now it's listed as Jeffrey Springs, but if you go to their website, you go to like FanDuel and stuff, it's listed as TBD, which is why FanDuel doesn't have odds. So if it is Jeffrey Springs, one of the guys that I like is JT Realmuto, who's been swinging a hot bat in Castellanos against a lefty, is always good. But I'm not going to officially lock anything in until I know who the pitcher is. One guy that I did officially lock in, we'll go to our first play here, is Heliot Ramos. I took him to hit a home run. He is best offered at plus 475 odds. I guess I went down to plus 425, but you can get plus 500 at a couple books. Let me zoom in here. This 475 number, so it's interesting. When I went to go place the bet, it was plus 520, and then it moved down to plus 470 at FanDuel, which is where it still is. But you can get 475 at Bet365. So ESPN Bet changed their odds to 425, but you can get 475 at Bet365. And it looks like you can also get 500 at some of these Mickey Mouse books, like I forget the name of that one, Something House, and then Unibet and Bet River. So if you use one of those Mickey Mouse books, you can get plus 500, and you can still get plus 475 at Bet365. So the thing with Heliot Ramos, he's been decent recently, but I like the fact that he's going up against a left-handed pitcher, and he's much, much better when he's facing lefties. You look at his ISO rate. It just stands for isolated power, measures basically how much power a batter has. 235 against lefties, 193 against righties. And the numbers that you want for ISO rate, Fangraphs defines anything that is 200 and above as good, anything 250 and above as excellent. So as long as somebody's in the like 200 and above threshold, that's good to go. And you can see he's better against lefties. And last year, just to give you guys some context there, he was incredible against left-handed hitters. I mean, 380 ISO rate against lefties last year is truly remarkable stuff. So he hits lefties very hard. Like if you look at his ISO rate on the year, 204 isn't terrible. It's actually better than it was last year. But again, the majority of that damage is done against lefties. And then his barrel rate, 14.1%, that's good to go. We're looking at a barrel rate as long as it's 10% and above. That's good. You're looking at his stats recently. Now, people that don't like guys that just hit a home run aren't going to like this one because he did just hit a home run in his last start. But he's been pretty good. I mean, he hit a home run a couple games before that. He went back-to-back in Minnesota, which is impressive, earlier in May. Went back-to-back prior to that in San Diego and then in Colorado. So not like he's incapable of going back-to-back. And he's been good recently. I mean, we see 2 hard hits, 2 hard hits, 2 barrels, 2 hard hit, 1 barrel, 2 hard hits, and then 3 barrels in his last 4 games. The hard hits aren't amazing, but he's barreling the ball up, which is the most important thing here. And he's going up against Mackenzie Gore, obviously a left-handed pitcher. Decent pitcher. He's not terrible, but he's nobody to be scared off of with home runs as well. Home run per 9 on the year, 1.28, is not a scary number by any means. He strikes a lot of guys out. So if you look at his strikeout rate, 35% is an incredible strikeout rate. What that means is that he challenges guys, and a lot of strikeout guys can also be susceptible to giving up home runs. And because that strikeout rate is so high, high barrel rate, high hard hit rate, high launch angle. So when guys make contact, they hit the ball hard and they put the ball in the air. And you look at his last 5 starts, which is always what I like to do for pitchers, because something that he did in March isn't necessarily helpful now. You look at his last 5 starts, it'll kind of show you a similar picture. Barrel rate, about what we're looking for, 12%. It's a really high barrel rate, but it's because his strikeout rate is so high. Hard hit rate in the 50s. And he got rocked in his last start. And then home run per 9, 1.65. So really nothing to be scared off of here. And it's Ramos who's swinging a decently hot bat going up against the pitcher. Now, the one thing that I want to highlight, Ballpark Pal doesn't love the matchup for Heliot Ramos. They actually have it as a D matchup for him. I'm not necessarily sure I buy that. The reason is because, A, he hasn't seen a lot from this arm angle from the lefties. Now, from the other slot, the vertically, it's an A. So that's good. Just a question mark there. And I wanted to show you is the biggest thing here is this four-seam fastball. So he's going to see that like 60% of the time. Mackenzie Gore will challenge you with this fastball. Now, Ballpark Pal grades that as a D- for Heliot Ramos. But from a power perspective specifically, he crushes four-seam fastballs. So we look at his ISO rate. Last year, 250 against four-seam fastballs. This year's even better. ISO rate of 319 against four-seam fastballs. And you look at Mackenzie Gore and his pitch type splits in his four-seam fastball, guys are hitting it pretty decently hard as well. I mean, 529 slugging, 929 OPS, 195 ISO rate. Guys are hitting his fastball pretty hard, and he's going to see that almost 60% of the time. So this B- is taking into account more than just does he hit home runs off of it a lot, yes or no. So if he strikes out 3 times and hits 1 home run, that's not great in the grand scheme of things, but that's fine for us. So Heliot Ramos, play number 1, plus 475 odds at Bet365 or 500 at some of these other books. Play number 1. Play number 2, we're going to go with Wyatt Langford to hit a home run. He is also best offered at plus 475 at Bet365. So don't look at this plus 425 at ESPN Bet, which I guess went down to 375. You look at Wyatt Langford, 475 at Bet365. That's what we're looking for. And then just to show you, Ramos is also, just to prove that, 475 at Bet365. But we're looking at Wyatt Langford here. Biggest thing for him, I mean, 2 big things for him. He's 3 big things, I should say. He's been good on the year. He's been good recently, and he's got a great matchup against a dong ball pitcher. So we'll start with how he's been recently. You look at his last 2 weeks. So we're looking at May 8th until now. 9 barrels in his last 2 weeks, which is very, very good. 20 hard hits is very good. And all these percentages are obviously phenomenal. He has not hit a ton of home runs. I mean, 3 home runs in this stretch, but he's gone 4 straight games without hitting one. And he's been good in those games. I mean, 2 hard hits, 1 barrel. 2 hard hits, 0 barrels. 3 hard hits, 1 barrel. And then last game, he didn't do much. 0 hard hits, 0 barrels. That's fine. I'm not going to be scared off of just one game where he didn't do much because the rest of the history is very good. You look at him on the entire season. ISO rate, 225. Check. ISO rate above 200. Good to go there. Barrel rate for him is actually very good at 15%. That's in the excellent threshold for barrel rate. So that's good. And then the guy's going up against Sean Burke. Again, I mentioned absolute dong ball machine. Home run per 9 on the year, 1.69. I mean, I guess that's not terrible. It's definitely not good by any means. Barrel rate allowed, 11.7%. That's good for us. Hard hit rate isn't horrible. 40% is fine. But that launch angle, 15 degrees, is pretty bad. Now, I will admit he's been better recently. You look at his last 5 starts compared to the entire season. It has been better. So I'm not going to say that he has been terrible recently. But again, it's nothing really to be scared of. Like that barrel rate is down a little bit. The launch angle is up and the hard hit rate is slightly down, but more so the same. And then the home runs is down to 1.03 home run per 9, basically going like every other start allowing a home run. But he's going to go 4 innings, and that bullpen is disgusting. In the last game, I mean, he only gave up 1 home run. He gave up 5 earned runs. He got rocked in his last game. He just didn't happen to give up a lot of home runs specifically. So Ballpark Pal loves the matchup, plus 10, extreme advantage for Wyatt Langford. They have him priced as positive expected value. That's why this is highlighted orange. I do like the fact when there's only one book highlighted as orange, kind of shows you, okay, this book is an outlier compared to the rest of them. And you can see that. I mean, this actually went down to 375, 420 at FanDuel, and Ballpark Pal has it at plus 413. So a lot of good things to look for Wyatt Langford. That is play number 2. And then our third and final pick of the video is definitely our spiciest in terms of odds. I went with Jackson Merrill to hit a home run. He, and this is the important thing here, is offered at plus 800 at ESPN Bet. I guess they changed their odds. Like ESPN really changed all their odds. I would still take it at 700. The most important thing here was the price. And at 800, I like it. 700 is still very high. And it's going to sound scary because he's going up against Chris Sale. Chris Sale is obviously awesome. He's very good. But that's why it's plus 700. And B, Jackson Merrill hits lefties incredibly hard. You look at his stats here. He has hit 2 home runs against lefties and 2 home runs against righties. Guess what? He has 31 plate appearances against lefties, 67 against righties. So in half as many plate appearances, the same amount of home runs, he's got a triple off of a lefty, the same amount of doubles as well. Then yeah, the singles is not as much, but that's fine. That doesn't matter at all. The power he hits for off of lefties is very, very good. Slugging, higher. OPS, higher. ISO rate, significantly higher. I mean, 345 ISO rate compared to 129 against righties is truly remarkably different. Now, I will admit Jackson Merrill has not been swinging a super hot bat, but you look at him yesterday, he did have a very long flyout, 378-foot flyout yesterday. So at least he's kind of showing signs that he's coming out of it. That's kind of how it started initially for Jackson Merrill. When you look at his game log at the beginning of the year, he kind of started not doing much, and then he had a really good stretch with home runs, 2 in this stretch. And you look at it kind of like 1 hard hit, 1 barrel, 1 hard hit, 1 barrel. And then he started having a big stretch of barrels. But then he had yesterday 1 hard hit, 1 barrel. Hopefully that's the start of a hot streak for Jackson Merrill. And then Chris Sale is awesome. He is very, very good. I'm not going to say anything other than that. Lefties can get him. I mean, 11% barrel rate, 265 ISO rate, 43% line drive, 43% hard hit rate. Like, yeah, Chris Sale's awesome, but he's not completely unhittable. I mean, 1 home run against lefties, but guys don't even bother throwing lefties. Only 8 innings pitched because they're scared of Chris Sale. Jackson Merrill will be in the lineup, and he's not. I mentioned that he hits lefties pretty hard, but I want to show you. So Jackson Merrill's second start back after he missed a month with a hammy injury. So you see here from April 6th to May 6th, he missed a month. His second game back was this game here, May 7th. And if you look at his game log from that day, this was against Max Fried, another very, very good, supposedly unhittable left-handed pitcher. He had a flyout that went to the wall, 388 feet, 26-degree launch angle, 104 miles per hour off the bat. His next at-bat, you would have thought, okay, that was his chance. Guess what? 107 miles per hour off the bat, 28-degree launch angle that traveled 417 feet. And that was a sweeper. That's not supposed to be a home run hit for a left-handed hitter against a left-handed pitcher. So, yeah, I mean, Jackson Merrill, 25% barrel rate against lefties, 40% hard hit rate, 50% fly ball rate. Those are good numbers against left-handed pitching. And, yeah, I get Chris Sale's awesome. Chris Sale is very, very good. That's why we locked it in at plus 800. That's why I would still take it even at the plus 700 number. And this is another one that Ballpark Pal is pretty high on from a home run perspective. They have him at plus 529. And actually, you can get 750 at Bet365. I should have mentioned that. So the 800 might not be available. You can still get plus 750. So that is my third and final official pick of the video. So real quick, I'll do a recap, and then I'll show you some guys I looked at. I don't have a full notes list of guys that I looked at because I did need to get this out pretty quickly. But regardless, if all 3 of these guys hit a home run, we're profiting 4 units. That would be nice. The one guy that I really, really, really heavily considered was Francisco Lindor. I almost took him to hit a home run. He is best offered at plus 440. Every other book, 350, 375. That's pretty good. Going up against Clayton Kershaw, which 10 years ago would have been terrifying. That's not the case. Now, Clayton Kershaw is not nearly the same pitcher that he was. Francisco Lindor, it hasn't been the case this year. But in his career, Lindor is significantly better against left-handed pitching. I mean, Lindor's having a down year this year overall. You look at his stats, it's not close to what it was last year. His ISO rate down to 197. Last year was 227. His barrel rate down below 10%. Last year was 13%. Hard hit rate down 7%. The Mets offense, adding Soto, kind of seems a little bit lost recently. I mean, Soto's been some weird stuff going on. And then you look, you look at his splits, and his ISO rate against lefties is 160, 209 against righties. So he's been better this year against righties. And you look at last year, he smoked. I mean, he crushed left-handed pitching. Now, small sample size, we're still in May. At the end of the year, Francisco Lindor will probably be almost just as good against left-handed hitters. I'm guessing he's going to turn it around. It just hasn't been a good start for him. One thing I will say, if you believe in home road splits, he's been significantly better at home. So he has 8 of his 10 home runs hit at home in fewer plate appearances. His ISO rate at home is up to, where is that? ISO rate at home is up to 307, down to 109 away. So maybe he's a home guy. If you believe in home road splits, that would be in favor of Francisco Lindor. Hasn't been super hot at the plate. I mean, he had a good game last game. He also hit a home run. So you kind of wonder, okay, is that the start of a hot streak for Lindor? Or was it just one of those games that he happened to have? Like right here, 3 hard hits. And then after that, he had a 5-game stretch where he had 1 hard hit. His next game, 1. 2 hard hits in 6 games is not good. But then before that, he was hot. So that's just showing you the cyclical nature of baseball. I could not quite get there with Francisco Lindor, but if you can, I'm not going to blame you. But that is all we got. So again, the 3 official bangers that we have are Ramos, Merrill, and Wyatt Langford. It would be great if we got one of these guys to hit a home run, because that would mean we made money. Would be even better if we got multiple guys to hit a home run, because that would mean we made a lot of money. I appreciate you guys for watching. Check out Ballpark Pal if you're interested. Check out my Tails account if you're interested. Put all this stuff in links to them, I should say, in the description of the video. Make sure to bet responsibly and have a good one.